You have absolutely no idea how to aim, and in this video I'm going to explain to you why the traditional methods of aiming are absolutely terrible and why you need to listen to me. Imagine you're the captain of an Airbus A380 and you have to fly from Moscow to New York. And in typical Russian fashion, you set the autopilot to within 2 degrees of what the correct heading is, and you say, "Don't worry, comrade, it is fine, we will get to New York just fine." But to your absolute shock, you find yourself flying over the Lincoln Memorial in the White House instead of the Statue of Liberty. Why? Because your dumbass made what's called an angular error. Alright. So what you guys are doing at the range, okay? You're lining up your sights. You see, oh no, I'm aimed high and right. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll just dip my front sight a little bit low and left. That way my round's gonna hit in the center. You're gonna completely miss the target, especially at distances. The longer distance there is, the more you're gonna miss the target by. So if I were to exaggerate it, it would basically be like, instead of your gun facing parallel to the target, it's at an angle. At a short range, you think that's not a big deal, but the further out you go, the more of a problem this becomes. So if you're not supposed to have the gun at an angle, what are you supposed to do then? Well, imagine again that you're in that Airbus A380 flying 450 people from Moscow to New York. But instead, this time you get the heading absolutely perfectly. But you see there's a bit of wind from the left, a bit of wind from the right, it's roughly equal amounts, and you decide to say, "Don't worry, comrade, it is fine, we will handle it just fine. Hand me my vodka while I clean my AK-47. And after like an 11 or 16 hour flight or whatever it is, you actually find yourself roughly over New York, far from the runway, but you're actually in the right city. And that's exactly what happens when you have what's called a parallel error. You see, on a standard USPSA target, you can actually move your gun 13.5 inches up, 13.5 inches down, 7.5 inches to the left, 7.5 inches to the right, and you'd still hit the target. So it doesn't matter, you can move it around like this, all crazy, you'd still hit. But the second you dip your front sight a little bit, you throw everything off. Now, with time, you will learn what an acceptable sight picture is. So you'll be able to recognize, okay, my front sight's not perfectly centered, but in this case it's acceptable because I'm holding a little bit high and right, but the front sight's a little low and left, so it's probably gonna hit in the center. You're gonna be able to call those shots with time eventually, but for now, all I want you to do is I want you to focus on just aligning your sights perfectly, and don't worry about anything else. Just align the sights and pull the trigger. You're going to be way closer to the center than if you try to actually just tilt or dip your front sight. Now, for those of you that are saying, "Oh, I never try to dip my front sight. I always just try to perfectly line it up, perfectly in the center, and then that way I know that I'm being super accurate." Well, you know, good luck wasting a bunch of time. There's a bunch of other things to go really in depth on. This is a quick and handy improvement to your shooting skills. But if you're looking for a structured training program that's going to take you from zero to hero in days, not years, then click the top link in the description or in the pinned comment. And by the end of the program, if you're not shooting sub 1-inch groupings at self-defense distances, then you get all your money back. By the time you see this might not actually be applicable still, but for a limited time, you can get 50% off my program. But if you're not quite ready for that, click this video to see how your trigger pull is destroying your accuracy. And even with these tips, you're still going to suck if you don't know how to do this.